Today, we're counting down 8 cars from the 1960s with documented reliability problems. These vehicles had chronic mechanical failures, quality control issues, and design defects that caused real problems for owners. Let's get into the list. Number 8. 1960 Ford Falcon. The Ford Falcon was actually a sales success, selling over 435,000 units in its first year. But success in showrooms didn't translate to success on the road. This compact measured 181 inches long with a 109.5-inch wheelbase and featured a 144 cubic inch inline six, producing just 90 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. The real problem was Ford's obsession with fuel economy over drivability, specifying a 3.10 rear axle ratio that maximized highway fuel consumption but made the car nearly impossible to drive in real-world conditions. The gap between second and third gear in the 3-speed manual transmission was so wide that passing from 50 miles per hour became genuinely dangerous. In second gear, the engine was out of breath, while in third gear at that speed it had virtually no torque. Motor Life magazine recorded a 0 to 60 time of 17.3 seconds in testing, but noted that real-world performance felt much slower due to the gearing problems. Number 7. 1960 Plymouth Fury. The 1960 Plymouth Fury represented a stark departure from the previous generation and created serious practical problems for owners. Chrysler's designers prioritized radical styling over functionality, resulting in dramatic overhangs that extended from the front, around the sides, and to the rear of the vehicle. While intended to look futuristic, these overhangs compromised visibility and made judging the car's extremities while parking extremely difficult, leading to documented accident and damage claims. Plymouth's designers incorporated a severely sloped roofline to achieve a sleek profile, but this styling choice drastically reduced rear seat headroom, making the back of the car uncomfortable for adult passengers. The only exception was the convertible model, which naturally had no roof to restrict headroom. The Fury measured over 213 inches long with a 122-inch wheelbase and weighed approximately 3,700 pounds. While the mechanical components were generally reliable, the impractical body design meant that form had completely overtaken function. Number 6. 1965 to 1967 AMC Rambler Marlin. The AMC Rambler Marlin attempted to compete in the personal luxury fastback market but suffered from fundamental design flaws that affected both reliability and usability. Built on the mid-sized Rambler Classic chassis that was designed for family sedans, the Marlin's fastback body created awkward proportions and structural stress points that led to documented quality control problems. Even AMC's own designer, Bob Nixon, later publicly called it one of our worst production cars, an unusually candid admission from a company insider. The Marlin's problems extended beyond just awkward styling. The narrow trunk lid opening, imposed by the fastback design, made the car impractical for daily use. The raised roofline over the rear seats, insisted upon by tall AMC president Roy Abernethy, compromised the car's structural integrity and created water leak problems around the rear window seals. Build quality was inconsistent, with body panels that didn't align properly and interior trim that rattled loose quickly. The handling didn't match the car's sporty pretensions, and at 3,618 pounds, the available engine struggled with the weight. Number 5. 1960 to 1963 Studebaker Lark. The Studebaker Lark initially launched in 1959 as an attempt to save the struggling company, but the early 1960s models suffered dramatically as Studebaker's financial situation deteriorated. As the company's resources dwindled, build quality declined to the point where dealers reported receiving vehicles that required extensive preparation work before they could be sold to customers. This wasn't isolated to a few bad examples. It was a systematic quality control failure driven by the company's declining financial situation. The Lark's mechanical reliability became increasingly problematic as Studebaker cut costs to stay afloat. Electrical systems were particularly troublesome, with shorts and complete failures becoming common complaints documented in owner surveys and dealer reports. The base engine suffered from premature wear due to cost-cutting measures in materials and manufacturing processes. Oil leaks, cooling system failures, and carburetor problems plagued early 1960s Larks. Parts availability became a serious concern as Studebaker's dealer network shrank and the company's future grew uncertain, leaving many owners with vehicles they couldn't properly service. Number 4. 1961-1963 Pontiac Tempest. The Pontiac Tempest entered the compact market with an unusual technical approach that created documented reliability problems. GM engineers created the Trophy 4 engine by literally cutting their 389 cubic inch V8 in half, resulting in a 194.5 cubic inch inline 4. This design proved fundamentally flawed. The engine suffered from severe vibration issues that no amount of balancing could eliminate. The uneven firing order produced an unpleasant sound, and vibrations transmitted throughout the entire vehicle affected long-term durability of components. The Trophy 4's problems were compounded by the Tempest's unconventional drivetrain layout. The rear-mounted transaxle connected to the front engine by a curved drive shaft that Pontiac marketed as rope drive. While this provided better weight distribution, it added complexity and maintenance issues. Owners reported frequent drivetrain failures, and the constant vibration caused interior trim pieces to rattle loose and accelerated wear on engine mounts and suspension components. Number 3. 1961-1963 Oldsmobile F85 Jetfire. The Oldsmobile F85 Jetfire holds the distinction of being the first turbocharged passenger car produced in America. But this pioneering technology became a reliability disaster. The turbocharged version of Oldsmobile's 215 cubic inch aluminum V8 used a complex Garrett turbocharger system that required a special alcohol-water mixture called turbo rocket fluid to prevent detonation. Many owners either forgot to refill the fluid reservoir or used incorrect substitutes, leading to severe engine damage and complete turbocharger failure. The Jetfire's sophisticated system was far ahead of contemporary service knowledge, meaning most mechanics had no idea how to properly maintain or repair these vehicles. Turbocharger failures became so common that many owners had their Jetfires converted back to naturally aspirated configuration, completely removing the troublesome turbo system. The aluminum engine block proved prone to corrosion issues and head gasket failures when not properly maintained with the correct coolant mixture. Replacement parts were expensive and difficult to obtain, leaving many owners with inoperable vehicles. Number 2. 1960 to 1964 Mercury Comet. The Mercury Comet entered the market as an upscale version of the Ford Falcon, but models equipped with the base 144 cubic inch inline 6 suffered from severe performance and durability problems. This small displacement engine produced only 85 horsepower, which was barely adequate for the Falcon but completely insufficient for the heavier, longer Comet. The underpowered engine struggled constantly, leading to documented cases of premature wear, overheating, and complete engine failure when owners pushed the motor to maintain highway speeds. The 144 cubic inch engine proved fragile when subjected to the demands of daily driving in a car that weighed approximately 2,700 pounds. Owners attempting to merge onto highways or pass slower traffic caused excessive wear that led to early engine rebuilds or replacements. The 2-speed automatic transmission option was particularly unsuitable for such a low-powered engine, creating additional strain. Build quality on early Comets was inconsistent, with documented problems including water leaks through window and door seals, rattles from loose interior trim, and body panels that didn't align properly. Number 1. 1958-1961 Hillman Minx. The Hillman Minx takes the top spot as the most unreliable car of the 1960s due to its combination of inadequate engineering for American conditions and catastrophic build quality. This British Roots Group import featured an underpowered 1.4-liter four-cylinder engine producing just 51 horsepower, resulting in documented acceleration times approaching 25 seconds to 60 miles per hour. This made the Minx genuinely dangerous on American highways and freeways where it couldn't keep pace with traffic or execute safe passing maneuvers. The Minx's reliability proved even worse than its inadequate performance. Lucas electrical components failed constantly, leaving owners stranded with complete electrical system failures. Mechanical components wore out prematurely under American driving conditions, which were more demanding than the British roads the car was designed for. Build quality was abysmal, with body panels that fit poorly from the factory, doors that sagged within months of ownership, and interior trim that literally fell apart. Rust appeared rapidly, especially in northern states with winter road salt, attacking body panels and structural components. Finding replacement parts and qualified mechanics willing to work on the obscure British import proved nearly impossible, stranding many owners with unrepairable vehicles.